better how to lose than to win. And so I just try to have a good time and go down and see people and to have some kind of a communal feeling about the movie.
It's a wonderful video, well, I saw on television, of Vladimir Horowitz playing and recording on film from his apartment here in New York, about 15 years ago. And there was a great skilled pianist and the greatest in the world. And I remember him sitting there playing a Scarlatti sonata. I was like he was playing a computer, you know. He's an old man, 94 years of age, I think. And the sound man in the next room said, "Are you ready, Maestro?" He said, "I'm ready for anything." He said, "Okay, go." And there was so little effort in what he was doing. And that's how I've always wanted to be, is that sort of a person as an actor. Little effort, but put all the preparation and all the experience of it in. Because the only way you can function, I can function as an actor, is through relaxation. And the only way you can get to that is through knowledge and experience.
When you go to the circus and watch the tightrope walker, that what thrills the audience is not that they're putting one foot in front of the other. What thrills the audience is, oh, that's risk. That's so dangerous. And we as actors take similar risks, not with the height that we might fall, but with what goes on in our hearts when we play certain scenes. How violent, how passionate, how we reach heights of love, loss, grief, rage, and how we go home afterwards and have no scars in here, I think is equally risky, as risky as the tightrope walker. But for us as actors, the risks aren't perhaps as visible because we have to make it look very easy to the camera.
I don't know, but they called me the Prince, and then I changed put the fresh on the beginning. In like 1985, fresh was the new hip hop slang. Everything was fresh. So
when you started your career like a musician?
Yeah, when I was about 12, I started writing rap records. In 10 years or so, you know, I'll run for president. I'm making movies right now. I'm just kind of getting it together, taking my time.
Mesmo de propósito, não meti nesta reportagem uma longa conversa que tive com o ator Dustin Hoffman. Muito brincalhão, fala muitas vezes sério e tem uma história curiosa nos bastidores desta entrevista. É que a camera woman que estava a filmar o Dustin Hoffman, chamada Pascoela, tinha um nariz muito grande, tal qual o Dustin Hoffman. E ele, ao longo da entrevista, esteve o tempo todo a brincar com ela.
Film is, I guess, one of the maybe the newest art form there is. The Lumiere brothers, they showed me last night on the street the street corner where the Lumiere brothers had their first film 100 years ago. So film is 100 years old. It's a baby. Maybe in the 21st century, in the second 100 years of this art form, we will see countries like Portugal and other countries like that suddenly flower.
You think so?
Well, why not? And take film the next step. We who have been making film for the first 100 years are having trouble getting beyond. Our best work seems behind us at the moment. I don't know the world. I have 6 children, and we have a deal in our family, which is we travel together, which means it inhibits jumping around at will, because we don't take the kids out of school. In fact, my 2 oldest ones are married, but my other 4 kids are in the hotel here, and after this we go back and put them back in school in Los Angeles, where I'm working. We normally live in New York. But it stops us from traveling. I'm Jewish, and I've never been in Israel, because it's, in order for us to go anywhere, it's a big thing. And you don't want to just bring the kids somewhere for 3 days or a week. It has to, you know, you want it to be a month. But one day I will come to Portugal. Yes, I would love to make a film. Yes, and with my luck, it will be a film that takes place only in the airport. Oh, I love Pasquale's smile.
This is your question.
Oh, come on, why can't I be a painter? That's all I want. I could paint you, Pasquale. I know that the electron microscope was invented in 1937, which I hate to admit was the year I was born. And before that, no human being in the history of the planet had ever seen a virus. The first time mankind ever saw a virus was in 1937 when he looked through the electron microscope and he saw this strand of DNA, just a little electrical strand. And now the belief is that you and I, all of us, are the result of evolution, but that we all began as a strand of DNA, that we are, in fact, the human species, a virus that has evolved into this, that came before the one cell. Fact. The superpowers of the world, America, Russia, whoever can afford it, France, Iran, have for years, Iraq, have for years, one could go on, Japan, for years been manufacturing secretly offensive biological weaponry. Poison gas was used in the First World War. The Japanese, it has now just been reported, I think, released viruses in balloons over China before the Second World War that dropped, that were meant to infect the people. The English were experimenting with chemical drugs in the 60s in what they thought was safe environments like the unused portions of the subways. This came out in the newspaper last week, you read it. And it escaped 10 miles further than they thought it should and infected their own people. 30 years later, we've just learned about this. Our film comes out, and 2 weeks later, the Tokyo disaster happens, and the theory is they got the materials from Russia, sold to them. So we know this happens. The one thing we all have, all countries, all powerful countries have in common today is that we are misled, that there is a part of our government doing things that we don't know about. We share this in common. Pascuala, Pascuala, Pascuala. The Hollywood industry rejected me until I did The Graduate. The establishment rejected me. I've never forgotten it. I was 30 years old when I did The Graduate. I live in New York mainly. I have 6 kids. I'm a grandfather. It takes a lot of my time.